Less than chipper Rifkin coming at you this morning because the internet just died. And I don't know why. And I'm hoping it doesn't happen again. So that's about where we're at. I'll cheer up here in a moment once we get things going. Just nothing sets me off faster than technical issues that are out of my hand and out of my control. But I do see that the stream is live, so hey, we got that much going for us.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, here's the real question. Are we schemazing viewers today, or are we just like playing it cool?
Well, I don't know what do you mean schemazing. We were just basically trying to reach a goal, and even though we weren't able to reach it, it is what it is. I don't mind.
All right, you know what? I'm hoping to just chalk this up to a hiccup. Because like the first thing I check, I'm like, I paid my bill, right?
Right. That's the first thing. Yeah. I do that too, and I'm like, oh my god. If it goes off on an hour, you know, like right on the hour, I'm like, But sometimes it's like a little maintenance thing, and they don't expect anybody to be up at this hour, so they're like, yeah, let's just drop the internet for the 4 people that might be online.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm thinking probably just happened, because I'm just checking I'm checking everything, speed test, everything looks normal, but I think it's okay. Okay, sorry, I think we're all set. Is it? Also, dude, please don't ever do that again, Tempo. Do not type ready when we're not ready. Oh man,
I thought you said
that's gonna trigger me so badly.
Yeah. Oh, when you said yeah, I thought you meant that you were ready. Oh, that's DreamHack OBS, not you.
Yeah, so okay, we're getting in the game here, guys. Let me just try and finish up this stuff real quick. This Tempo is a dummy.
Yeah, that was my fault. I thought that was you.
I literally have Rifkin in my name.
I know. Like, I don't know why.
Anyways, we got a lot of Zerg on deck for today. Of course, this one is one of the better ones Europe has to offer against one of the, I'm gonna call, we talked about yesterday, the more surprising players to get out of yesterday's group. To actually take down Hearthstone, I think it was, in that finals group match to make it here. Things are best of 5s though, and there's a lot more money in the line, and we'll discuss all of this in a moment. Until then, spawning in the upper right, you're playing for the Team Clash. Spelled with a Q, it's the Red Zerg, Elazer.
It's not Q-Lash. And in the bottom left-hand corner, the blue Protoss player from Taiwan, it is Nice.
I was actually really annoyed to learn that it was... Because I have been calling it Q-Lash. I feel like it's intuitively Q-Lash because it has a capital Q. I was, for lack of a better phrase, given a stern speaking to about the pronunciation of it. So I'm now... by
Elazer himself?
Super fans of Elazer. It's, for me though, not to be too critical, but perhaps a branding problem if nobody says the name the way you want it to be said. And perhaps not a Rifkin problem. Because I believe Wardy and you and everybody else I've ever met say Q-Lash as well. But at any rate, doesn't matter. A good team supporting Elazer. We got to see that support at BlizzCon. Actually, I had a hashtag Team Elazer cheerful I had made, to which I'm not sure if it was the co-founder or who it was, but he saw it, came over, wanted a picture, gave me a t-shirt, so I have that in my closet from my BlizzCon memorabilia.
Oh, okay. Boss.
It got me thinking though, I've been doing this for 5 years and no team, like I've met tons of owners and team people and managers. This is the first guy to ever give me like anything for like a jersey or a t-shirt or something. I'm like,
anything, yeah, to show for it. That's actually really cool though. Do you know if he was like a team owner for any other before, or is Q-Lash's first?
We didn't sit down and have a heart-to-heart tempo. He took a picture of me holding a sign. I don't know what to tell you.
That's cool though.
But Elazer, I think, is the expected winner for this matchup. Regardless of how you feel about the state of balance, anything like that out of the window, Elazer is just the kid who went to BlizzCon 2 years running when no one else could type thing. He's fantastic at the game. He's one of my favorite players to watch right now because he's being pretty innovative. He's gone back to some basics and reviving old tricks nobody's used, like Overlord creep spread to walk units across. I have a lot of expectations for him.
Everything.
Nice, however, good surprises. I mean, he already did by getting to this group, by knocking out Hearthstone. Like, nice. The fact that he's here puts him as a contender.
Yeah, it definitely shows something. We weren't able to check out any of his games, and when you see him in that kind of group, you wouldn't expect him, but how often do we really get to check out the Taiwanese scene, right? So it's kind of interesting to see how he's going to be playing. Yeah, exactly.
Just so for those who are watching, maybe just the bot or whatever, if you are unaware, when you go to the Blizzard client, you go to the region dropdown. There's Americas, there's Europe, there's Asia. Where's China? China has its own server that you have to kind of almost hack the game to log into. That's why we don't see a lot of the Chinese scene. And for them, it's not even that easy. Like, to play on South Korea is very laggy. It's not a lot of them will come over for competition and training. Like, it's a very secluded region. So China, Taiwan, anything like that, we're not going to see a lot of that player base. So for me, when Haas comes out to events, obviously the big name, right, for that section of the world.
Yeah.
Nice could be a very talented player. We just know nothing about him.
Exactly. So back in the day, it was like Jim and Max said, right? So it's got some new blood.
I just really don't want to make people think we don't think much of Nice. We just don't know much of Nice, but we know a lot of Elazer. So there's going to be bias in this cast because it is the guy you know, and the guy who's got the champions of the record and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, first couple of adepts come over pretty quick here, and they unfortunately are going to be picked off. However, this still grabs about 3 drones. Something that Neeb wasn't able to do versus Zanster yesterday.
Not even. Yeah, Zanster was really good yesterday. But here we are, you know, getting even just 3 workers for 2 adepts. Not usually what you want, but the Oracle, what is he trying to get in there with 3 queens?
That was a really interesting cancel, by the way. I guess assuming the Oracle would have killed the drone, so just to screw it, I'll cancel it and not give him the opportunity. That was kind of a nice move out of Elazer. Subtle, but hey, it's efficient.
All the little things that you got to pay attention to if you look at it. Hasn't really lost too much aside from the adepts. And then, of course, keeping that Oracle alive, going to allow him to keep a tab on that lair. See any kind of buildings that go around it. Now, we're looking already that the transition is going to be a Twilight into a very fast resonating Glaives. So do you think he's going to go into the 3rd base while he does it, or just try to go for the all-in? See that he's not adding too many gates. Oh, surround.
Well, if he was going to go for a 3rd base, he's not anymore. Not with the bodyguards having gone down. Elazer should be able to police this. There's no reason to fully pull back. He could sit on the base for a little bit longer. Heck, he could surround these other 2 adepts once more. Maybe not all 4, but yeah, this is certainly annoying for Nice. But he will finally get that probe in, so we'll see him take that Nexus here in a sec. He's got enough money for the Nexus and, of course, the Pylon, too.
Okay, cool. So a little bit of a delay, but it's not too bad. It might even delay the push itself, and now that Elazer knows that it's going to be mainly adepts, he can kind of get ready for it. He already went into that very fast Hydra. It's a very, very common style that we've been seeing nowadays because everybody's like, yo, we can abuse Hydras for 1 more week. We might as well do it.
Well, so
that's exactly what Elazer's doing.
That's what I think is really interesting about the proposed changes. So for those who don't know, in the patch, they're splitting the Hydralist upgrade here, Muscular Augments, into two halves instead of being combined. I think that you could probably still get the +1 attack as your primary, or the plus movement speed. I don't think it's necessary to have both. It just is obviously better to have both. And I think a lot of these same brute force timings we'll see. Like, I think speed will be the one that's not prioritized, to be honest. But I don't know. Zerg players like their speed, so maybe it will be, maybe it won't be.
No, I agree with you, especially like as a Zerg player. When I think about it, it's just the timing of it. I guess it just allows it so that you can retreat more, right? So if you can position and retreat, having the speed is really nice. But if you're already on their side of the map, ooh, that's a really good stasis ward. But yeah, if you're already on their side of the map, it's okay. The range is what you prioritize.
Well, it's a good way to stop the initial attack. Meanwhile, we do have some adepts get through to the main thanks to that warp prism. So 5 drones go down. Queen seems to be joining them too. While this goes on, though, Elazer dances around. He's not taking a 4th base, but most notably, I think he's not scouted the Colossus tech. In fact, you'll see that for the first time in a few moments.
Yeah, this is good. That was a really nice warp prism drop from Nice. It's going to allow him to get his Colossus out, and it means that the attack is not happening now by Elazer. So buying all that time means that the timing, you know, it's starting to narrow, I would say, that window of opportunity.
Well, the attack here it's only one Colossus, but if those 3 force fields are perfect on that ramp, then this one Colossus will do God's work. But force fields do cut the army in half. Elazer can't really jump on top of this, but once those force fields go down, he might be able to collapse. He still goes in for the top side, gonna wrap around on this. One Colossus, it's a lot of damage, but it can only do so much. Second Colossus wants to come in, but he'll break the force fields if he does, so he pulls it back. Colossus on the top side goes down, and Elazer is taking care of these adepts like nobody's business.
Oh my, Elazer even getting force fielded out, his push delayed. He's just gonna move on out there. Colossus struggling for dear life. And I mean,
he's chasing,
extended thermal lens is gonna end. Yeah, it's actually gonna complete by the time he loses his last Colossus.
It's a little bit greedy to chase like this, but he wants to really push in and just finish this off. Colossus goes down. This should be easy pickings. New one pops out in a second, but it might pop out top of the Hydras. The Adepts go down. That's going to be game. GG. Elazer takes map number 1.
Very easily there, right?
It felt like very easily there, man.
Holy moly.
I mean, nothing against Nice. I feel like he made a lot of very standard moves, which is not a problem. But when you're playing against one of the best foreigners, not a good foreigner, not a
like
round of 16
tier
player, yeah, you're competing against the guy who's possibly going to win this tournament. You gotta bring more to the table than just standard.
Right. I mean, he tried it out. He was trying to test the waters, and he was like, okay, I guess that didn't work out. He had some really cool twist to it with the Adepts, but I love the stasis wards as well to delay it, but hot diggity dang. It was sometimes the macro of a player like Elazer is just too much, no matter what you do.
So smooth from him, though. All right, well,
let's see.
I'll get the map order and I'll host it.
So we got
Backwater.
Blackpink
Ooh.
Backwater. Ooh.
All right, we get one of the new maps pretty quick here. We're bound to see them, being that these are best of 5s now, of course. But for you guys who didn't see them yesterday, a lot of the standard maps got played out, so we didn't get to see a lot of the new maps actually. So seeing another one this early is pretty neato burrito.
Oh yeah, I think Backwater was one of the more common ones that we saw. This one and then the acid plant.
Acid reflux.
I don't know, man. I ate a big plate of pasta before. Hopefully. Oh, I'm a sidekick now. I don't know what that means, but it feels good, man.
Sidekicks are delicious and easy to make.
Yeah.
So.
Why is that like a slang for a type of food?
No, there's like those like what, Lipton sidekicks or whatever. It's like the pasta and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay. I know like the soup. Is that what they're called too? Like when you make those, or no? Or is that a whole another brand of Lipton?
You know what? I don't know, man. I just know they're called sidekicks. If you Google it, you'll probably see exactly what I'm describing here. Yeah. But we're just getting everyone in the lobby. Give us a moment here, guys, as we're gonna be hosting the games now apparently. So hey, cool.
Yeah.
A lot of extra work. Woo! Of course, we gotta make sure the Blizzard folks are in here, because I think the way they've got set up for the main stage is like, even though they're not here, they have somebody watching the games.
Yeah, what they do sometimes is after their game that they're casting, they can kind of go back and if we're still going on. All I know is
that like yesterday there's all this drama about being forced to use the delay, and the bloody Todd, who's observing the game, tweets out the spine crawler rush before it happens on stream. So everyone's freaking out like, oh my god, what's the delay on the stream? I'm like, thanks a lot, Todd. I really appreciate it.
I hate, yeah. I mean, it was a really long delay too. So today though, luckily guys, we do not have a delay, so interaction should be up and you're going to be able to get this in real time as if you are right there. So if you have a virtual reality headset, then that's like the next step. But yeah, this is pretty awesome that we don't have to use one today.
All right, we're getting last calls here for Elazer vs Nice. If people are not here, they're not here, and we'll get this party going.
Get left behind.
Get left for dead. Different game series.
I wish I got into that a lot. Like I feel like a lot of the people that used to play it.
I was playing with Nate actually. He's been playing it with his subs on stream and stuff lately. Dude, I haven't played that game for years. It was a lot of fun, but of course the best game of all is StarCraft 2. And,
StarCraft 2.
All right, well, no one else is saying they want in, so let's just get this party going, see if the players are ready. Elazer versus Nice, game 2 on Backwater. There's the beep beep boops. We'll do again. We won't emphasize this every game we cast today, guys. These are all best of 5, so there's gonna be a lot of games, a lot of matches. But we will try and give you a small tour of the maps so you have an idea of what we're looking at with them. Again, I know they're brand new. They're not even on the ladder, so a lot of you haven't probably seen them other than casually once or twice yesterday. And this one, as Tempo mentioned, was one of the more popularly picked ones.
Yep. Yeah, they just did this the switch.
Oh, this is the one that's got the weird noises on it.
Yo,
I thought there was like mic echo from you on this map. Yesterday we heard the birds on the other one. Like, okay, we'll get into this in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, it's game 2 in this best of 5. Spawning here to the bottom right, representing Taiwan. Number 1, it's the blue Protoss. Nice.
And in the top left-hand corner, representing Poland, it is the red Zerg from Clash, Elazer.
It's bloody birds, man. All right.
Yeah,
so
you know what I thought though? Maybe the ambient sounds are on. I checked mine and I just turned it off because you know how on your regular client.
Pretty sure mine are
Oh no,
off.
it's still going. Yep, it's still going. You're right.
Yeah, it's a map thing. So you guys are gonna hear these weird bird sounds throughout the cast. Good luck. Have fun dealing with that. Anyways, your main base on this map is huge, which is nice. But in ZVZ, I'm not sure will matter all that much. Or excuse me, ZVP. There'll maybe be some warp prisms, but I don't think there's enough dead space that you're gonna worry about it. But anyways, there's parts of this where you could possibly get caught off guard, and as long as Elazer's paying attention, it should be fine. Your natural's tucked in nice, but it's also awkward because it has a bigger opening. However, this also covers you for a safe third. Yes, you could maybe get warped in on this side or something, but there's no actual pathway here other than for Reapers to get in. So you really only have to worry about this one choke for 3 bases, and for a Zerg player or a Protoss player, that's the dream.
Yeah, I think Nice is gonna like this one a lot. So we'll see how Elazer is going to try to pressure that third. Something like he did last game isn't gonna work or be as effective because Nice only has to worry about that. So we'll see how Elazer approaches it because he is a man of many tricks, right? Like he's not a one-trick pony, and you mentioned it that he's grown into a player that can be a bit unpredictable. You know, his macro is on point, yet he still can kill you whenever he decides to. I figured it out, by the way. It's under voices if you go to your options. Voices, yeah. I get voices in my head.
What? There's no voice option. Are you trolling me right now?
No, I swear to God. You go to sound, and then you go all the way down, and then right above game volume during alerts, there's like response sounds, and then voices and interface.
Okay, I turned off voices. I hope that fixed it.
How does it feel?
I went to the actual voice tab. I thought that's what you're talking about. I'm like, wait, are you just making sounds and super trolling me right now, dude? Super
I wouldn't
cool.
do that. Not this early. Not this early, man.
Remember,
no,
everybody, if you're tuning in, the P in base trade stands for professional.
Professional.
I would totally troll you, though, like, straight up, man.
I know you would. At least they're honest about it, yeah.
This is really intriguing. Elazer chooses to not take the safe in-base third, but instead the one on the outside. This is worth discussing for the sake of Zerg. So, yes, you could take the safe base back here, and that would be nice. However, it would stifle your creep spread. And if Elazer's thinking about creep spread, taking the base out here could be a lot more beneficial. That being said, ZvP, it's a little bit harder to get your creep spread going. You'll see it versus Terran all the time because there's not a lot of natural detection, but Protoss, they're going to have the observers. They're going to have that Stargate. They're going to have the oracles. So we'll see whether the creep spread becomes an issue or not. I do love the thought process of Elazer if that's his thoughts for taking this base.
Yeah, and also since it's not a ZVT, when you take a base like the one he's taking, drops are can be a pain too. So yeah, sure, he could use the Warp Prism to try to go in between that third and then the main, and then try to force field him out of the ramp, but I don't know if that's the kind of style that Nice goes for, you know? If it was Haas, I'm sure he would, but we'll see how he, you know, at least utilizes the map to his advantage if he does, if not at all.
Well, scouting was pretty nice for Elazer, by the way. He got all the way in there. Unfortunately, as the Overlord died, that's when Nice chose to throw in lots of Stargates, so...
And a lot of
Warp
gates,
Gates. Yeah, so Elazer doesn't see this coming. The fast charge, I think, also went unscouted. Yeah, I didn't see the Twilight Council, and he especially didn't see the Chrono on the Twilight Council. This attack is dirty. I've seen Neeb wipe the face. This can be just so bad if unseen, and that's a little bit my concern here, because there's no Baneliness coming down. There's certainly not going to be Hydras. Roaches against charge lots are still not that good. I mean, and let's not forget, there's the possibility he just comes in through the bottom base on this side too. I don't know where he sends that warp prism, but Elazer needs to see it coming. He needs to be on top of it before the warp ends even happen.
Yeah, the fact that he even went for the Roach Warren is telling that, okay, something could be coming. There's no gas taken at the natural of Nice, so he is pretty much full all in on this one. And yeah, I think the reason why he put down the Roach Warren is because he didn't see, no, I thought it was because he didn't even have a Stargate opener, but it was a Stargate opener. So Elazer just taking precautions here.
Still hasn't seen this coming. Creep spread's gonna be the first indication that this is out. He pulls the drones away. This is very smart. You know what? Give up the base if you got it to get the army out, because they're gonna lose the drones and the base if you don't. So they see that the drones have been pulled and they walk right into that natural. Queens are in a pretty good chokehold actually, and the Lings run away. They bait some of the charge. I love that move actually out of Elazer. Don't forget, guys, charge does 8 damage if it connects, and it does go on cooldown after it casts, not when it connects. So he does successfully deny a lot of damage here. That being said, though, more Zealots are warped in. Queens are transfused, and he's doing his best to hold on to this darn fight, but this is going to be tough. There's a lot of Zealots to still deal with.
Wow, the way that he was able to set that Sim City up and then even put the Queens there is delaying it so that he can get the Roaches out. And now that there are a decent amount of Roaches out, not many drones have gone down.
I think he's got the defense, man.
He's totally got it.
Transfuses the Roach!
Dude, yep, this is going to be such a sick shutdown by Elazer. And Nice is going to have to go back home to absolutely nothing.
He doesn't have
gas, doesn't have a third.
Oh my god. Elazer, I hate to say it because it's so abrupt and like takes all the hype out of the game. He may have just won with that defense though.
Yeah.
Nice has got to still try and get something done because frankly he has to. He knows there's nothing to fall back to, but the Roaches have got this. Elazer is
that was such
so
a really
good
sick
at
defense.
StarCraft 2.
You know, he recognized it. You said it. Yeah, pulling those drones because you don't want to lose everything there, and then tucking everything in, making the Zealots effectively useless.
Dude, the bait on the charge was the coolest. That was like the flourish. That I like that part the most. But all right, yeah, Loads here looking for a couple kills. Still doesn't get them. Oh my god. Elazer still only having lost 1 drone through this whole ordeal. Contaminates the Ropo. Ooh.
So the only tech that he can hold on to is being shut down right now.
Yeah, you guys ever see Salt in the Wound? Because that's what that was right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Queen does not die. Warp Prism, however, might. Oh my god.
Well, Nice is doing a good job at least trying to salvage the situation, getting as many drones as he can, but you're going to start to see as Elazer just skyrocket in supply. And while the third base of Nice is going to be just getting set up, I think we're going to see quite a big Roach attack now that speed is done. +1 might be lagging behind a bit, but pure Zealot and 1 Immortal versus Roach Ravager is not going to really be that great in open area.
And of course, the Immortal does not have bonus damage versus Ravagers. Forget the Corrosive Vials, just the non-armored status of them alone is going to be very powerful here. Charge loss, they got 1 on the front line, but only 1. Oh, this looks bleak for our Taiwanese Protoss.
And even warping in right in front of the Roaches. Oh, the Corrosive Vials take out the majority of all of the Zealots. GG. Scary Zerg player, I'll tell you. You can't even slip one past him.
No, you certainly can't. Therminator, by the way, has been gifting out a couple of subs. Sorry, just getting the show started today, so not quite awake yet. But thank you very much for that. Therminator, I'll let you pick here real quick, my dude. Where's this Catalyst? You can pick since you've gifted 3 subs already. Do you want us to go sub Skamaz mode? Or do you want us to just do regular subs for today? You let me know, man.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I gotta get this lobby up, guys, so give me uno momento here. Because I have to invite everybody. So fun. Yeah. Very nice. I like.
Very nice. Get it?
At least backup G. He's got my back.
I always got your back. I got your back, your front, your side.
Kwame's got to look out for a Kwame, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yo, that's some true stuff right there. Oh, man, I almost slipped right there, but... Yeah, for those that missed yesterday's stream, Rifkin is actually Kwame in my... Like, if we were actually in the same tribe, we would be brothers.
Yeah, Kwame literally means boy born on Saturday. Was that what it was?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we're close in age, too, so... Yeah, we'd be in the same class.
I just love that that was the coincidence, like so perfect.
I never would have thought, yeah. The moment It's like, we're like the same person.
You know, it's like that dumb thing where people shout twinsies as they're wearing the same thing, and you're like, By the way, folks who are watching, I hope you like ZVZ, because you can believe it, there's 3 ZVZs total in the round of 16.
Guess who's casting?
Guess what we're casting?
It's not an evil laugh. It's actually real.
I will say, I'm actually really excited for the first ZVZ we got lined up. So after this, we're supposed to do True versus Bly. And Bly gave us some really fun games yesterday.
And True always gives some pretty fun games too. So seeing them clash together should be fun. Or Q-lash together.
I was going to say, do us not versus Elazer. I do love, though, that they did seed the few Terrans together. Feels bad, man. Special versus Thermal there on the bottom side of the bracket. Cyclone versus Cyclone. I will say, honest to goodness, though, guys, I think ZV is a lot more fun than TVT at the moment.
At the current moment, yeah.
If I find out, by the way, you guys are also doing the TVT, I quit.
Imagine that. It's like, oh, by the way, we figured that, you know, since you had so many, we'll just give you this one extra, too. So not only do you have to cast all those, but you also get the TVT as well.
All right, just waiting on Elazer to give us the ready up here for Catalyst, boys, and we'll get into it. Terminator says regular subs is fine. Okay, then we'll just do regular subs. Forget Beastie style sub. I'm gonna put Normie style sub.
Normie subs. All right. That was really fun yesterday, though. The hype was real, so the support was out of control.
The Skamaz was real too at the same time. All right, let's get the Catalyst intro because we got it. We'll see you guys in game. Welcome back, folks. Game number 3 here as we get into Catalyst. Go back to a bit of some normalcy here with maps. In the bottom right, we do have the blue Taiwanese player officially on match point in his last life. Nice.
And that's not, I mean, that's not good, you know? Like, come on. In the top left-hand corner, it is the red Zerg Elazer. Just dominating so far in this series. He is looking and gunning for that #1 spot.
Yeah, I mean, so it's round of 16. There's no double elimination. It's no longer group stages. It's just single elim here to the end. And unfortunately, it is your last shot to continue advancing. For Elazer, it's looking pretty set. For Nice, maybe not so much. But let's talk about this, right? So from 9th to 16th spot in the tournament, that's where we're at. So bare minimum, anyone at this point getting cast today will earn is $2,750 and 300 WCS points. For context, whoever wins this best of 5, 5th through 8th place earns $4,000 and 600 WCS points. So if you guys want to consider each of these best of 5s is worth, like, I shouldn't have done this because I don't know math. I'm gonna say 1,250. I could be wrong on that, but the point is, you're aiming for $4,000. You want to walk away with the tournament bare minimum with. But of course, it gets up and up from there. You win all of WCS Leipzig, guys. It's $20,000. So there's still a lot of money to be earned. Elazer's looking very set. I'm actually very upset too because I now realize, like, what is it? If I was any decent at StarCraft 2 and I could get top 32, that's about my paycheck. Right there.
I was gonna say, like, how good would that be for a weekend?
It's better than streaming, I'll tell you that much, man.
Unless you like Summit.
Yeah, unless you get that Summit money coming in.
It's, oh man, but yeah, the amount of work that they put in here, of course, Elazer wasn't always this good. He's always been a hard worker, but it takes time to get here, and it's really good to see it pay off. So this probe, you know, he's really asking for it. I don't know what he's thinking.
What's he asking for, Timbo?
He's asking, you know, to just put me out of my misery, he said, but he decided at the last second that it just wasn't worth it, so. It was a prank, bro, it was a prank. Like, he's just getting out of there. And Elazer, the cool part about this, though, is that Elazer really hasn't been doing anything completely out of the ordinary, right? So it's not like he's revealing anything that he has up his sleeve. Just like kind of standard, hey, if you can survive my Hydra Ling, then okay, then we can play.
Well, The Adept is going to scout this, but it would have been nice if the Probe had been able to check for that third, but that's exactly where the Adept is heading to look for right now, so yeah. Confirms third base down. That sometimes feels good to scout, but man, sometimes that is just a bamboozle of a base.
Yep. It can be.
It's like, I'm not going to like, no bamboozles.
No. Is there any bamboo on this map? No? Azua bamboo?
Oh my god, do you need bamboo to bamboozle? I didn't... Is this a key ingredient I never thought about before? Key ingredient?
Is it like a drink? Like a
so here's the question though, are pandas constantly getting bamboozled, or do they never get bamboozled?
Because maybe the bamboo is the way to never get bamboozled. Like, you need bamboo to never be bamboozled. I don't know.
Also, real quick, I don't know if Grove Ruler's in chat. I've just sent you an email, dude, pertaining to your prize you won yesterday. Let me know if that works. If it doesn't, we'll figure something out, but please check, pretty please. Dark Shrine, though. I'd love for this to be something a little bit cheesy, but I think we know it's not. There's a very standard way to play, and Nice has been playing pretty standard, so this is probably going to be for that Warp Prism. You do that combination attack where maybe you go in with the DTs, realize it doesn't work, pull back and go with the Archons. Or you play like the more safe route, you just go straight Archons first. Either way, I don't know that this will work against Elazer. His defenses have been impeccable so far in both of the games. And while he does not see this coming, and he probably won't, he might just catch the Warp Prism, and that alone could be all the information he needs.
Yeah, if he sees the Warp Prism moving out, he can at least identify that it is going to be some kind of aggression. But the thing is, he has the Overlord by the natural. He can see that it's the gas that has been taken. So he knows that it's not going to be just a straight-up Adept attack, or rather a Zealot even, or else it's kind of wasted gas that you're taking. So, I would have thought that he would put down a Roachborn, kind of like how we did last game, because that is usually how you deal with the Warp Prism. But if you can get the Hydra out before it really gets into your base, you can pressure that Warp Prism, and that makes it a lot harder for it to be successful.
He could and should just target down the hatchery. I mean, you could go for drone kills if you maybe, but if you get the DPS to do this before detection gets over here, very unfortunate for Elazer, who is absolutely going to take a loss here.
But how sick is that he moved the Warp Prism into the main to make it look like they were inside of it and then just moving in with the DT?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool bait, but I don't know that would have mattered because, as we saw, the Overseer takes just long enough to morph that you make the immediate reaction and you still don't have it out in time to defend this base. So that was a great snipe for Nice. My concern though is that we saw this the last game and game before that, and I feel if this went to game 5, we'd see a trend as well. No third base. And with the Zerglings here, there won't be, not yet at least.
No. I mean, these are pretty ambitious units here. Probe and the Adept to get wrecked.
I almost wish he would have let the base go down so he could kill it instead of...
Yeah. No, the Hydra's actually going to jump on top of the Warp Prism. But
I do like that he's chasing directly to the Warp Prism and not wasting shots on the Archon. Killing that Warp Prism is the only way to successfully shut this down. Another probe gets sniped over here too, so third base being delayed. There you go, that's the word. Hey guys, it's 2:30 in the AM. What's up? I can't function. But anyways, it is delayed further, so still no third base, and a lot of Archons does not bode well for more than the 8-minute mark in this game. He's got to get a base down at some point, and the Archons aren't guarding the ramp, so the Hydras push in.
Uh-oh. Kind of catching him off guard here. It's, mainly going to be Archon Immortal, but...
I mean, the Hydras probably going to be getting up that ramp. Hello, Probius. Goodbye, Probius.
Uh-oh. Holding down the ramp with the Archons is sick, though, but Elazer trying to come from 3 different angles, and he's doing some good
triangle.
Yeah. The triangle. The triangle Zerg.
He's got the Pythagorean strats down pat.
Well, is this a hold? I think Nice is going to be able to actually hold and take a game.
Wow.
Adding 1 to the board.
Yeah, very nicely done. Not going to get 3-0'd.
It's always a good thing.
It's,
I mean, unfortunately, you don't get... What is it?
Oh, no, after you, sir.
No,
have to host,
okay, well, I was going to say, unfortunately, you don't get paid per game, but this is the step to bring it back and not just completely get swept here.
Why do I not see Neon Violet Square on the map list? Hello? Right.
With the 4-player map, does it get, like, pushed down the list?
No, it's not even showing up. I had to like manually search for it. Okay, whatever. We got it. It's Neon Violet Square coming up next. I was going to comment, though, that Elazer, commonly amongst the European players, is teased for all inning and perhaps relying a bit heavily on all innings. So it's one of those things where maybe Nice recognizes this off of that game, and if he can just defend and get a good deflection once more, that might be the way to get to Game 5.
Yeah, I believe just by the trickery there may have, I mean, it may have made Elazer feel like he needed to, but the fact that he was able to deny the third base for so long, I feel like maybe he wasn't like forced into it. Because if the Protoss is on 3 bases and you lose your third base, then yeah, you have to try to pressure that third and make sure they never get it up. But fully committing to the attack, I guess he thought that he could overrun. Didn't realize how many of those units that he would have. Let's see if I can sneak a tweet out here.
Oh yeah, I tweeted on BaseTrade. I forgot to tweet on my account. Yeah.
And all you out there too, if you guys are enjoying it and you are hyped up for today, definitely get on that Twitter. Let everybody know that we will be covering the B stream for all of the DreamHack round of 16 games.
All right, I think we got everyone in here. At this point, if they're not attentive and ready, you snooze, you lose. All right, Nice says he's ready. Let's hop into it. It's Neon Violet Square. We'll see you guys on the map. Welcome back to game number 4. It's still pretty one-sided. Spawning here to the upper left, playing for Team Clash, spelled with a Q. It's gonna be the Blue Zerg Elazer, currently up 2-1.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, putting one on the board, showing that he will not go down without a fight. It is Nice. From Taiwan.
Nice is still in a bit of trouble. Not, you could maybe count that as a lucky win. I think he actually had a good response. He caught Elazer off guard. But the likelihood of this perfect alignment of good attack into good defense is going to be very difficult to pull off. However, as I said before, I'll bring it up again. Elazer's kind of like in jest made fun of by his peers. A lot of jokes about all-ins. We actually saw that during the Dodger Coffee Co. Pro-Am show match thing we hosted recently. Harsum taking some jabs at him too. And I think there is some merit to it, though. Elazer's not a player who made his career relying on all-ins, but it's one of those things where if you recognize that's what he's doing,
yeah,
just defend it, man. Zerg is one of the harder ones to recover from if that doesn't go well.
Yeah, and it tends to go well for him. It did go well in game number 1, and then I guess Nice realized that and said, okay, if I just chill back, I don't have to expose myself too much. He kind of tucked back into that natural and then moved out when he felt like he could. One of the really cool things that he did was stand on the top of that ramp where the rocks were.
Yeah, blocking really out so the reinforcements couldn't get in. I like that too. I mean, it's not always like you're gonna be presented with that opportunity, but this is another map where that might be the case, because while there's some decent sized ramps here and like a choke over here, there's also all these little annoying neon violet squares, literally neon violet squares that cause pathing issues, and things like that may catch Elazer off guard depending. I just remember when this map first got brought into the map pool, seeing an Ultralisk get stuck on the outside of these and 2 Marauders sitting in the center, and I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, I think this was it was on Base Trade when I saw it for the first time. I can't remember which tournament it was, but we were you guys were talking about it.
Probably one of the
like, yep,
dozen and a half that we cover.
Yo, you guys cover so much.
Actually,
sometimes.
Well, we are covering. Yeah. By the way, thank you for supporting the channels on ZF Tempo. But while we do cover DreamHack like right now, what's kind of nice to say is this year the projection ahead is like 99% of the content we do should be all ours, not relying on third parties or other people. So that's a pretty nice feeling, I gotta say. But coming for a break here and there, getting to catch some players who are playing in a big tournament, all in the same region, no lag and no latency from cross server. 10 out of 10, man. I'm gonna love watching those games, and that is what's happening here. But I guess there's still some more to be said. Elazer doesn't take his pocket base. It is the weaker base. Once again, creeps maybe on his mind, so totally fine. He takes that third all the way out there. I gotta imagine, though, Nice, he's probably gonna be reaching for his pocket base. It's so scary playing as Elazer, who has successfully delayed and mucked about with his thirds so often and so commonly. It may just be the peace of mind to take a base that you won't have to mess around with.
Exactly. I think just being able to take that pocket base for the security of saying, like, dude, I did it. I took a third base, and it feels pretty good to do so, right? Because he has not been successful at all in taking the third.
Well, that's the thing. Exactly. Even outside of the idea of, like, oh, it feels good, it's also like, hey, you need a third base as a Protoss player.
Yeah. Even if, at least it gives you the gas, which is why I really like the pocket base on this map. If it was like one gas, I forget what other map in the last pool, but it just makes it so it's like, you know, I can't really work with this base. You know, I need a little more gas, and I can't deal with it. It really puts me at a disadvantage. So,
well, as someone who is lactose intolerant, if I want gas, I don't take that third, I take some cheese.
Yes, I do. Oh, and the charge variant too. What is that? The Taiwanese cheese?
Oh, this was so close, by the way. So I do like that he played it safe. He put the pylon there. There was going to be the necessity of a block, but that stalker and that shield battery timing, that was tight. That was pretty clutch.
Yeah, the little things like that. And this is interesting, right? Because we're seeing the same build that we saw in game number 2, and Elazer's getting the Roach Warren this time. I feel like he tried to get away with it last time without it, right? He was like, okay, I don't need a Roach Warren. There's no Stargate opener. I'm just going to try to get Hydras really quickly and defend it, but it kind of cost him the game. Now, he's getting that Roach Swarm. Oh, because he's going for a Nidus Swarm. Oh, this is going to be so awkward. Okay. Yo, Charge Lot versus Roach Nidus. If he defends it and then just counterattacks with the Nidus Swarm, whoo.
Yeah, but he's got no vision over there currently, so there's not going to be a Nidus Swarm coming down anytime soon, and he will have to defend. Overlord, Overseer. Yeah, the Overseer sends itself out. I love he's done it again, sets up a little bit of SimCity, but the Evo Chamber's not done, so he doesn't get to sit in there very long. 5 Queens retreat back to the mineral lines, and while we may have seen a flawless defense with almost no drones dead earlier, we're certainly going to see a couple die now. But hold position, tries to help deny this, realizing it's not going to be worth it, puts them in attack mode, starts drones stacking them up. Queens do the best to hold. 5 drones have gone down so far, and most importantly, that Nidus gets scouted, but these Zealots are doing work, and Elazer is struggling to hold on, but he's kept most of the Queens alive. Again, hold position, denying the charge.
So sick. They charge and they don't even finish the charge.
But
and
still,
they're just dancing around.
Right, but Roaches are coming from every angle. They're getting caught. They can't 1v1 the Zealots like this, and Elazer is losing control of the situation pretty badly. GG. Oh my God, Temple, we got a series on our hand. Nice, ties it up 2-2. And we're gonna go to game number 5.
Holy crap.
I will say real quick though, we're going to a quick commercial break before game 5, guys. So I'm going to just stick the 2 minutes in now while we get the lobby set up so you don't miss any of the action, and we'll see you guys soon. Welcome back. Gotta give Roddy a little bit of roast in chat. Love him dearly. Guys, we're gonna hop into game number 5. Lazy says he's ready. Nice says he's ready. Let's hop into it. It's Acid Plant. This is that weird, funky looking map. It's got the imbalanced pipes.
That pipe, though.
The pipe, though.
Pipe it up.
But most importantly, it is game 5. The fact that Nice has brought this back. You know, the series started off 2-0. Elazer was, for me, the expected winners anyways, and the fact that Nice has put this where it is, something about those Asian Protoss, my dude, I can't. Haas, this kid, Cyan, like, they're all scary. They're all surprising.
Right. Oh, well, here we are, though. Spawning on Acid Plant in the bottom right-hand corner. On match point, it is the Blue Zerg, Elazer, from Clash, representing Poland.
And his opponent, top left, coming all the way from Taiwan to play and bringing it 2-2. It's the Red Protoss. Nice. And I hope you guys appreciate the wordplay. Quick tour of the map, though. For those who have not been following this, if you haven't seen a lot of the maps, these are the new maps. They've only just recently come out on ladder. Most people still haven't seen them. Acid Plant, though, is pretty normal. There's not really a lot to speak out for this one. Thirds, fourths, naturals, I mean, it's all pretty legit and pretty standard. The middle of the map's a little interesting because you got some rocks, so you can kind of terraform the way you're going to attack paths and all these other things. But the one point of contention for this map that's been brought up is up here, there's a pipe. This is unpathable. Down here on the other side of the map, there's not. So super imba, super unfair.
Imba. I don't even know how it made it through quality control.
I mean, we're saying this somewhat sarcastically, but it is an actual issue. What's the word? Symmetry is very important for when it comes to map design, but we'll talk on that some other time. I don't think it'll be an issue for this matchup, so we shouldn't see any problems.
No, but in the future, people always find some way to, you know, abuse something if it's able to be. So I'm sure that it'll get patched out, but excuse me, it's just like, I mean, the pipe adds no value, right? It's like an aesthetic kind of thing that the map maker was like, yo, this would be cool if, you know, if there was a pipe here. But
well, if people are asking how to abuse the hell out of it in chat, just to say, this is for air units, guys. Put an Oracle on this side, all the queens come here, move the Oracle to this side, and they walk all the way around. It's like, it's not that abusable, but it is abusable for sure.
All right, well, this is match point, guys, and I was a bit surprised in the last game because the Elazer held that Zealot all in pretty easily on game number 1. And the fact that he was going for his own all-in there, well, and just wasn't able to get those Evo Chambers out in time, that was the reason why he ended up losing it, because he didn't mentally prepare for it, kind of like how we did in the first time.
Right, so the question kind of for me, though, is less about Elazer, because Elazer's now got like a 50-50 success rate against that versus Nice specifically, but more so Nice. Does Nice pile on? Does he recognize the strategy works and over-dedicate to it, or is he like, recognize, you know what?
He's the Protoss.
Or does he recognize that that was like a little bit lucky? So I do like the Stargate safer opener. It's going to give you scouting. The Phoenix follow-up to the Oracle will let you shut down overlords that are outside your base. But this works better against other Zerg players. I want to note this, if you guys haven't followed, Elazer is a very unique Zerg player in terms of the way he scouts with his overlords. He only ever sends one overlord across the map unless he's really worried about scouting his opponent. And most of the time, this one overlord gets speed accompanied with it fairly quickly, so this one overlord does see mostly everything. So shutting down the single scout of Elazer is a little bit more devastating than it is other Zerg players who have 3 or 4 overlords across the map.
I agree. I'm surprised he hasn't taken it. I'm surprised he hasn't been going for overlord speed, because that's something that Elazer is pretty known. Like, it's a big characteristic of his play that he likes to get that overlord speed.
Well, this one didn't need to.
Nope. I mean, the Phoenix is a scout in its own.
The thing about the previous charge attack that was unscouted on that one, I don't remember which map it was now, my brain's already relapsing here, but it was in the corner of the base like this, and it was hidden, and it wasn't revealed. So Elazer might not know to actually look for this particular pylon because he didn't see it the first time around either. But it doesn't look like there's anything fishy going on. Not yet, at least. The Twilight Council goes down in a regular spot. It's a couple of extra gateways. We'll see if this leads to a third. If it doesn't, then maybe Elazer's just got to brace himself, and that's going to come down to scouting. But for now, the Oracle comes in, and there are spores down, so this will be easy hold.
Oh, I guess that drone had just got born there. Wasn't even able to go into a spore crawler, so should not get too much damage done here, right? This Oracle, over time, people have just been getting so good at dealing with it. And it did get a little bit weaker, but oh, dang.
There's that cancel. He did this in game 1. I was really impressed by that. So not quite as clean and not quite as great, but he almost kills the Oracle, which is going to feel nice. Meanwhile, Link's hit immediately over to the third, looking to police this, but it's a little bit hard to gauge which third base gets taken. However, he's guessed right on this one, and that probe, despite the transfer seeing this, still goes through and gets killed.
Yeah, he kills the probe, and that is going to delay the third. Seeing kind of like the way he likes to play, just looking for that probe. He knows exactly when that third is going to be taken, so the Lings aren't going to do anything at home. You might as well give it a shot to try to cancel it.
Man, there was a clip, I'm not sure if you saw this, Golden denying a base 6 times in his EVZ for that third. No, his Lings just kept going around and around and around, and he kept catching this guy's drone. It was so tilting to watch, man. But while this goes on, Transition to Roach is already coming out. So he will have something beefy and meaty in his army. Roaches will be better against these Adepts than they are against Zealots. So this will look a lot better for Elazer for now.
Yeah, we're actually going into a pretty nice mid game here as Elazer, or both Elazer and Nice have not done any crazy follow-up attacks. I believe that perhaps, do you think the Adepts, there's no Warp Prism, is there? Oh, it's coming out.
Well, there's a robo. We'll talk about this in a moment. But actually, I want to address something I just saw that chat had written, saying, imagine if Elazer gets eliminated. He tweeted this one should be super easy, haha. For me, it would be a little, not just surprising, but devastating, because Elazer's one of the contenders to actually win DreamHack, or excuse me, WCS Leipzig. However, it's also a really cool story for somebody like Nice. That's how you make your mark on the scene. You take down the alpha male, you become the alpha male, right? Like,
absolutely, yeah.
That would be super sick to see as far as like a new story to be bred. But I think that I've got some faith in Elazer to do this. He's coming in with a lot of Roaches, the Ravagers and Queens as well. I mean, we're talking about all-ins all day, and we got another one coming up. Colossus had their damage tweaked too. Let's not forget, they only do bonus damage versus light. They get no bonus damage versus these Roaches, no bonus damage versus the Queens or the Ravagers.
Nope.
This is not going to be the best unit to have for the defense.
No, and I think this third is more than dead. So Elazer deciding to try to at least get some damage on the army, does not want that to grow to a point where it's able to deal with the Roach Ravager. But Elazer actually kind of forcing himself at the front.
Ooh, he's
this
trying
is
to
not
reach
the best
over.
Angle.
Yeah, I see what he's doing. I kind of wish he would just break down the door. He was trying to reach over to get to the sentries, and that's a smart move. But just break force fields with the Corrosive Biles and go in. It's pretty predictable where they're going to go down as well. He tries to hit them in the backside. He's still a couple force fields left. Ravagers are starting to be dealt with. Credit to Nice where it's due. He's doing a great job microing, but that army supply from Elazer, guys, is still doubling Nice's.
Yep, and there's an Adept drop inside of the main of Elazer. Got 8 drones during this, and Elazer, I don't know why he's continuing here. He's just trying to get on top of these Colossi, but another one joins the fray. Yup. This is going to be such good micro out of Nice if he can use that high ground. But, oh, no. He doesn't actually have the high ground.
He kind of messes up. He loses one of the Colossus. Probe's getting pulled away from this now. The one Colossus still standing, can do some damage. This army is still weak. He's funneling Roaches in, but they're slow and not coming that quickly. And when he jumps on top of the Stalkers, there's almost nothing shooting that Colossus.
No, but the Queens are now here. They weren't really participating in the beginning of the fight. Oh, Elazer's trying to take out that Robo or the Pylons.
That new Colossus is going to spawn. The new Colossus coming out. This is getting pretty bad for Elazer. Nice is so close to holding this, but his army supply is still very, very low.
And the third is still alive.
He can pick this off fairly easily on his way out. I think that's what his consolation prize is here. But he killed 10 probes, so the workers he lost back at home aren't as bad anymore. But geez, I don't know. This is tough to measure. Nobody really has upgrades coming out of this. Nobody is in an amazing spot on the back end of this attack. But Elazer's not out yet. He still has a really large Roach army. He's gone back into droning, and he's even taking a 4th base while this goes on. So it tells me he's not done with this yet. He knows his tournament life is on the line just as much as Nice's is.
And remember, since he pulled the Queens, he wasn't able to get these injects going on. So he's floating a lot of money. It's because he wanted to end the game right there. The 3rd base did get taken out just after a nice little swoop around by the Roaches. And Elazer's not done yet. He's trying, but if he continues like this and does not kill Colossi, there are just going to be too many eventually. Getting those power units is really important here.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to watch Elazer floating all these minerals, but you said it perfectly. Just pull out the Queens. There's no injects. There's no way to spend that money.
Pull the base.
It's good though that he's not wasting it. Like really right now panicking and just putting down a ton of spines and spores to spend it wouldn't be worth it. Keep that bank. You got the injects going now. You'll make up for it. I do like the swap here, though, or not swap. I guess it's continuing the same path, but the attack style swap. He's going for Tunneling Claws and Burrow. This is something that might catch Nice off guard because Nice has been so obsessed getting Colossus. He's been so obsessed getting Immortals. He doesn't. Yep. I don't think he does. Does he have a single observer? No.
Nope.
No observers.
Doesn't have an observer, and he's relying on sentries. So he's going to be, relying on segmenting the army of Elazer. But if he gets that burrow movement, gets on top of that army, takes out the sentries, and is able to even target down the Colossi,
it's when.
He's gonna do. It's when. Yeah. And nice, the fact that he lost his third base means that he's denied the gas over there, so he can't really have the good economy that he would like to in order to try to feel confident in attacking. He has no detection whatsoever.
The minimum, guys, is 3 roaches per mineral line.
He sees the upgrade finish. So Elazer, Colossus.
Elazer misses a free Colossus, but all right. Well, the observer is coming out. There's nothing at home. Like, you might see this coming, but oh well. He's gonna unburrow, kill the pylons, get in there, and Nice is gonna have to choose to recall or try and base trade this out.
Yeah, the observer's not here
on this side.
Yet,
you know what, even if there was, Tunneling Claws was the old school way to deal with force fields. You would just go underneath the force fields.
Every time, yep, and you regenerate a little bit more, so
oh my god,
it's always going to be a good upgrade against his style.
He kills like every probe at this base. Meanwhile, pulls the drones away and transfers them to the new hatchery he had recently taken. I love this. Force fields are going to hold him up here for just a moment, but he just burrow moves through and hits up that main mineral line.
Yeah, maxed out Elazer, looking like he wants to engage it here. Here come the force fields potentially. And he has 2 ways of dealing with the force fields, whether it's going to be with the burrow or with the corrosive bile.
This is getting real bad.
Yeah, it's not looking good if you're Nice. His army value is about half of Elazer's, and he's losing everything at home.
He's all in. There's nothing he can do. He didn't come back home, so now he has to kill him. And I don't know if he can. The force fields are coming down. Upgrades. But there's the Tunneling Claws. He just backs away. Says, nice try, bro. He knows. Elazer is fully aware of the position he's in. He's cherry-picked every probe off the map. There's literally 0 probes in play. Nice could build 1, maybe, but his tournament ends here, I think.
I think so too. Unless Elazer just rubs himself against his force field.
It'll be the last force field he rubs himself against, though, man. That's it. They're out of juice.
That's it. There we go. Even +1 finished it for Elazer. The Colossus and the Immortals are desperately trying. There are no more force fields, and sentries do not have the best DPS. There is too much Zerg here, and Elazer gonna jump on top of these Protoss units. Warp Prism Micro, sick.
They can only go so far. Nice knows it too.
They can only. Oh.
GG.
GG.
Yo, I would say this much though. That game for me was like Elazer almost lost it with that attack. Nice, maybe with slightly better Colossus control. Maybe he pulls back a little bit sooner. Like that first attack could have been the end of Elazer's tournament. Honest to God.
He would have hated himself. Like he would have been like, why would I do that? You know, like. But he was able to make it work. There was some definite micro mistakes of, at least just freeing his way so that he didn't have to go on through the tiny little choke. But it worked out for him. Elazer, a much better player than I'll ever be. You get that W, you get that W.
Well, as I said, I believe the next match we have queued for us is True versus Bly. I'll confirm if that's still going to be the case. I am not a fan of casting a ton of ZVZs, but for somebody like Bly, after watching that game, especially with Snoot yesterday, I am more keen and inclined to do it.
Me too.
What's up, Black Spade Camu? By the way, love seeing this guy in chat. He's got a nice orange butthole now. Thank you for joining us, dude.
Is that what that is now?
That's what I've determined the cheer badges are.
That is a lot. Hot damn. What a G.
That's a heckin' lot of cheers. All right. We're gonna go commercials. We're gonna try and figure out what's going on. We'll be here for the entire round of 16 though, guys, so don't miss out. Multi-twitch it up, whatever you gotta do. And we'll see you in a few.